Welcome here to the newly reconfigured Texas Motor Speedway, as it's had a lot of changes since the last time that we raced here. The bankings are a little bit lower than what they were before, and hopefully that will make the racing a little bit greater here. It's the newly repaved Texas Motor Speedway. Anyway, we've got 10 minutes on the clock for another qualifying session. And we've already seen some cars actually out on the track. And there is Austin the Plant, followed by Liam Ervic. But first of all, there is Zachary Fitzwater. He's going to be turning the first laps in this newly paved Texas oval. As he makes his way through turn 3, you can see already the dark lines that the drivers have practiced a lot during the 2 days of practice they've came here. And they've already built a nice little bit of rubber on the track. So Fitzwater makes his way into turns 1 and 2, just passing his teammate Brent Wintergreen as a result of that there. So out goes 29. Now, if anyone that is new to qualifying or new to this series here, 10 minutes. You just got to qualify for it. That is all. If your car gets involved in an accident, which we will probably might see tonight, and if your car disappears into the pit lane, then no matter what, you'll be starting at the back of the grid. We have seen this on a couple of occasions when the driver has been involved in an accident and actually had the fastest time, but they had to start at the back of the grid. It happened to Colin Jones at Minnesota, and it happened to Carson Green, I also believe, as well. He had to start at the back of the grid. So yeah, anyway, let's have a look at turn away there from Fitzwater, and there's a look at Collard heading his way out onto the track, and so too is Dylan Pulte. And there is Carson Green, just talking about him. He's actually getting in some form, actually. I think he's down still in the 20s in points, but I think he's had about 4 top 10 finishes out of the last 5, or 5 out of the last 6, so he's going pretty good here. Is the 15. He's coming in here with some confidence. There's another rookie right there, Liam Ervic, started off the season very, very strong. Picked up 2 consecutive 4th place finishes. Briefly held the championship lead at one point and all. Nathan Hudson, he was a championship contender last season. Kind of struggling here this season. He comes into this, I believe, 16th in points, some may think. And right ahead of them was, you just saw there, Daniel Voiles, who is a winner at this track a season ago. So watch out then for the 38 team. He could be a threat to watch. If he does go and win the race, I don't think the gap will be as long as what he did in Michigan. 33 seconds was the margin of victory for the 38 team. Quite astonishing. Former points leader RJ Bishop now there, just sort of driving there by himself here. There's his teammate Jack Mitchell, helping another rookie Charlie Buxton in the 89. And there is Charles Sanford, former Daytona 500 winner. And he's got a couple of rookies side by side there, Wintergreen and Alex Rowe. Alex Rowe's coming at this year with a little bit of confidence. I did say back in, round 19, this team has never had it's the only team not to have had a top 10 finish. Well, the last 2 races, they've picked up 2 straight 9th place finishes. So they're coming in a little bit of a decent form too. And there is the current Daytona 500 champion. And there we see some free wide activity going on there. Summers on the inside, Wes McCall in the middle, and Matt McIntyre on the outside. McIntyre had a couple of outings, actually, because he was nearly in the top 10 in the championship before Talladega. And right ahead there is Michael Norman in the 5, who sits just inside the top 10. He sits in 10th exactly. And you've got the 2 female drivers right there. Both of them are winners this season, Ali Rain and Jessica Shelton. And into the pit lane comes another winner as well, 2-time winner. There is Sky Cummins. He's coming into the pits, probably putting on some new fresh tyres as well. There is Austin LaPlante. It's also in the pit lane. Now, let's see further forward here. There is Danny Wells getting a bit of a tow from the 4. That is Jamie Smith, and there's Kyle Matthews. Oh, there's a nice gaggle of cars right here. Feels like this is a race themselves here. Led by Brand to Disco, who is just on the cusp of being in the top 10. He's about 60 points away. No stand of the championship leader, though. We will get to see him somewhere, somehow. Jesse Turner past the 7, no problem. Looking at Matt McLean. Seth Cole driving the correct Dodge for this week's race. And there's Sam Oscar driving the Subway car. Levi McIntyre with the 88 and Kyle Matthews back there in the 45. So they're all there too. Nathan Hudson in the pits. Now is Brandon Ross. He's also another driver that's picking up some results as of late. Diego Ospina, though, is dropping down in the points, unfortunately. And there's Carson Gum, teammate to Ospina. And there is Dylan Young. There is Colin Jones, just passing a recovering Austin LaPlante, who's just come out onto the track. And into the pit lane goes Carson Green, probably putting on some new, fresh tyres on him. And there is James Qualls, 4th in the standings. Wants to get back up in here. He's never led the championship in the CCS. In the CCS career. There is the championship leader, Noah Cars, in the 44. Joshua Collard giving him a nice tow there. Oh, right behind there. There is Christian Martin, who is sits second. And how long have you got left then? 3.5 minutes to go until the end of qualifying. And Christian Martin, the return of the CCS. He's had 2 wins to his name. Auto Club last year and the night race at Daytona this season. Wants to become the 3rd driver to win 2 or more races in the season. Jesse Turner making more history by winning a 3rd race, which no driver has ever done in the CCS, as Nick Gunther passing Zachary Fitzwater. Sky Cummins taking a bit of a high line there. Trying to get more speed off the corner, though, it would seem. And again, they're still battling over. I mean, even though he's driving around the outside, it's not going to help their lap time, to be fair, isn't it? But Michael Norman just slightly leads this pack here with Wes McCall. Wes McCall again, yet another 4 points leader, the veteran. He's been in this series since the very first race of the existence of the CCS. Wes McCall, along with Chris Summers, he was another one. Steph Poole is a 3rd one as well. Trying to think who else as well. I'm trying to think who else has been a veteran in the series at all. There he is. Andy McCreary in the 8. Had a great season when he drove the 50 car. But the transition from the 50 to the 8 has not been successful this season. It's given Danny Wells a good tool. Giving him a good push. Thought they were going on the infield of the track then, but keeping it going, all good there. Oh, and there is your fastest man there, Kyle Matthews. I just noticed there with 90 seconds to go. That's not the first time that's happened there. It's like a 1 in 42 chance of getting it correct, and there you go. Kyle Matthews then is the fastest man. So we've got 90 seconds to go until the end of qualifying. Jesse Turner trying to go around the outside of Oskin, or was it a case that Oskin's trying to get by him on the inside? Fitzwater maybe just returning onto the track. Not unless if he is actually... I forgot as well that these drivers will have restrictor plate engines in. Yes, as well, just to provide more overtaking, if you will. So far, qualifying has been quite clean. This is good to see. And Fitzwater, unfortunately, he was the first guy out, but currently has the slowest time, but he's got 38 seconds to try and pick that up. Yeah, so he's going to get at least 1 more lap in here. He's got fresh tyres on him. Oh, in the pit lane, the 32 and the 31, they're all in the pits there. The 99 of Carson Gum on the outside. Colin Jones on the inside. Carson Green passing Dylan Young on the outside. I don't know if Dylan Young's actually been in the CCS from the very beginning. I can't mind exactly. Cody Lammers Finished last week at Homestead. Not a good run there for the Joe Gibbs team there. Cody Lammers was running basically in the top half, well, the first half, inside the top 10 in points. He's fallen outside of it now, wanting to get some form back up there. Sits 32nd fastest overall. Time is up on qualifying. Oh, we've got 6 seconds to go. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay then, so we're going to see if any cars actually did disappear when they're out into the pit lane, so bear with me on that. Well, unfortunately, there is only going to be one driver that's going to be starting at the back of the pack, and it is the 31 of Matt McLean. Have a look at this. He's really late going into the pit lane. Maybe it was just a late goal. So he's driving through the grass, completely misses the commitment cone, loses it, and then slides right into his teammate's pit lane area. Quite a bizarre situation there. Really, really bizarre. Then backs it in, and then the car disappears. And that was during the qualifying. As you can see, there were about 90 seconds to go. So Matt McLean, very weird accident that happened there. But yeah, unfortunately, he is the only driver to had his car disappeared during qualifying. So there you go, confirmation there that Matt McLean, wherever he was quickest, is going to start at the back of the grid. Well, that was actually quite a bizarre moment there. I think you agree there with Matt McLean completely missing the commitment cone and then losing it, completely losing the car in the grass, and then it's ended up crashing into his teammate's garage there. So I think there's going to be some not good words there being shown with Fitzwater and McLean. I think there's going to be some team altercations there after that then. So let's have a look then at the end of qualifying. And has Kyle Matthews still secured the pole position for Petty Enterprises? The answer is yes, indeed he did. And he was the only driver to get into the 30.7s, as you can see there. Nathan Hudson will start on the outside pole. Then on the starting on row 2 will be Seth Cole and Sam Oskin. So the Roush Racing teammates there are sitting second and fourth. And also the two Petty Enterprises sitting also in the top 10, pole and sixth. And in between them is Ali Rain on the inside of row 3 alongside Collard. Austin LaPlante and Colin Jones showing up on row 4. And then on row 5 is a couple of Chevys of... to my knowledge, actually, that's the best Chevrolets, actually. Brand Tedesco in 9th place and Michael Norman sitting in 10th. Rookie Jack Mitchell is 11th alongside Jessica Shelton. The Gunther is 13th alongside the 3-time winner, Jesse Turner. Then Wintergreen and Commons, that is a row 8 affair. Row 9 is the championship leader, Noah Cars and Diego Ospina. Trent Dunham, the hometown hero, he's going to be starting 19th. And alongside them will be Carson Gum. Chris Summers, former champion of the CCS. He's going to be alongside Brandon Ross right in the middle there. Brandon, 22nd place. Dylan Poteet and Liam Ervig will make up row 12. James Qualls, 4th in the championship. Danny Wells, I believe he sits 6th in the standings. I might be wrong. 6th, maybe 7th. But that's going to be on the 13th row. Charles Sandver and Christian Martin, 2nd in the points. He's going to be starting a little bit deeper in the field. No sign of the 31. Well, there he is there. He's actually got the 40th time, so he's not going to be dropping too far back there, I am afraid. Daniel Voiles and Anthony McCrory, that's the 15th row. Charlie Buxton and Cody Lammers, that is row 16. Row 17 will consist of Jamie Smith and Wes McCall. Alex Rowe and Dylan Young, that's row 18. Row 19 will be Carson Green and Matt McIntyre. RG Bishop and Zachary Fitzwater, that's going to be on row 20. And on the final row, it will be Levi McIntyre and Matt McLean, because we just saw there Matt McLean's car disappeared during pit lane, during qualifying in the pit lane. So that is it for the end of qualifying. Congratulations then to Kyle Matthews. I believe he's not won a CCS race at all since he's been in this championship. So can we have another first-time winner this season and make it... Oh, I think that would be, a 17th different driver to win the CCS race this season? I might be wrong. Might be 16, might be 17. But anyway, Kyle Matthews, he's going to start on the pole. What is he going to do with this 67-lap race here? So until then, we will see you tomorrow and see what happens for the race itself at this newly configured layout of Texas Motor Speedway. Ta-ra!